What's happening, guys? Sorry about that. Welcome to another video. Today's actually going to be for this one, it's going to be really fast, really easy, and I'm hoping you guys love it. It's pest control. Mites, silkworms, whatever you need. Like if it's a little bitty pest and it's an insect, you ready to get it taken care of? Now, there's two ways to do it that we do it here on our homestead. One is using natural wildlife, and another one, which we try to really keep to a minimum any spraying. But here it is. This is what we spray. This is not sponsored, and it's not the platinum one. It's actually just the standard Dawn. This is just a reused bottle, but rocket science. This is 100%. That's all we use. Um, we do use some other stuff like neem oil, but I try to keep that to a minimum because I believe it doesn't do too well with fungus. Whenever I spray, the mushrooms don't really fruit very well for a while, so I try not to use it. And even on this Dawn dish soap, it's just like neem. Yes, it can destroy ecosystems if it gets in the water and stuff. So we try to keep everything to a minimum. But that's pretty standard for any sort of spray. Possibility of damaging an environment. So we just tend to stick with Dawn. Dawn dish soap, if you don't know, it also helps with fleas. Anything with an exoskeleton, it tends to break down to where their guts just kind of spill out. So I mean, it's not. I mean, in terms of insect control, it's pretty good stuff. Even at work, we use it there. We have all kinds of other sprays, and this is all I use. It tends to work pretty well with the plants. And in terms of application, it's very straightforward. I actually have a small pump sprayer with a little pump on the top, and I just add like, I don't know, 10 to 25% dish soap and fill it with water, like warm water. Just kind of give it a little bit of a swirl without making it all sudsy. Pump up our sprayer, and I just spray direct on the plant. I try to focus all of our spray on the underside of the leaf. Those of you that know, new growth on the underside of the leaf is where most pests tend to go, and most of the predatory insects, to control the pests, actually prefer the older leaves. And do be careful if you have a lot of beneficial insects. This will kill them too. So, like, you really need to control the environment. If you have beneficial insects, try to let them do their job. Don't immediately jump to spraying. But if you have spider mites with no beneficial insects in sight, go ahead and don't worry about using this too much. Like I said, just kind of control the area. Do the main plants, the secondary plants, you can just kind of spritz just very lightly. It'll kind of help. But the main plants that really got taken over, you just spray the underside. That's it. This is what we use and have used for years. That's it. If it's a plant that we really need to quarantine, I'll take it to the side, and I'll actually even add this in the soil a little bit if it's in a potted plant, and just really, like, I'll put it in front of, like, in a windy area for a couple minutes, out of the sun though. This is important, guys. Out of the sun. You are stripping the plant down, and if you put it in the sun, it's gonna fry it. So we do all this in the shade, whatever it is, tomato plant, doesn't matter. And we don't eat the fruits off of it for a week or two while it's, kind of recouping, because I don't want it to taste like soap. And yeah, so basically, like I said, we spray it really good. I let it set for a few minutes in the shade, and then I drown the pot. Like, I do a flushing technique to where you fill the pot up, it's got water running out, and you continue to let water run out for a few minutes. Just drowning that, and then really, kind of shaking the pot a little bit, get all the water out that we can. And I also take a sprayer and I just blast the plant, getting all that soap off. And again, I do most of this in the evening. Uh, and I let it sit in the shade for a few days, and then I'll put it right back out. Um, and generally, we don't really have our reinfestation. Our reinfestation rate isn't that high. It generally gets most of the eggs and stuff. It gets most of the eggs and most of the larva and everything in different stages. And like I said, it does a wonderful job. We haven't really had a need to do anything. I used to use neem oil, and the thing about neem oil is it's more of a preventative measure. It's not going to kill them necessarily. It can, but it's not as effective. Um, and we really don't want to use any of the harsh chemicals, so we tend to try and use. That's why we use the Dawn dish soap. It's even though yes, it is a chemical. It's if you go to the store, some of the chemicals are actually in a soap concentrate. So it's kind of like taking the middleman out. I don't want all the special fungicides and different chemicals in the garden. I like Dawn dish soap. Um, our flowers and gourds outside got taken over with spider mites. I did a half. Um, sorry for the kids, but basically I did a half-assed spray job, and we don't have mites anymore. So for me, that's I didn't really soak the ground or anything. I just kind of did it in the evening. Um, I think I was on my way to do something else. Like I was just kind of and left. I think late, no, early the next morning, I went and I just sprayed everything down out there. And like I said, the mites have just been gone. Um, they took over part of our nursery. I didn't spray any of that, but like the plants near it, where they were, most of the spider mites were, I sprayed those pretty well. But that's really it. Like I said, I just keep them out of the sun for a little while and just kind of let them do their thing. This is 10 out of 10 would recommend. If you don't have Dawn dish soap at your homestead, get it. You wash dishes, dogs. It's great for fleas. We actually use, again, it's not the platinum one because that will hurt your dogs eventually. It's just the bottle that we're using. But it's just a standard, very basic Dawn dish soap that's considered safe for animals according to all their videos and uh, ads and stuff. We use that one. Um, it's a great deflea solution. It'll kill the fleas within 5-10 minutes. So while we're scrubbing down the dogs, and then we give them like a nice hair and skin shampoo afterwards to kind of help rebalance their skin to where it doesn't dry it out or anything. And that's it. It cuts through it no problem. So like I said, it's pretty easy, pretty straightforward, guys. I hope it really helps you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, drop a comment, agree, disagree, got a question, whatever it is. And also, I have a Yahoo email, hippieorganics@yahoo.com. Don't forget, if you ever need you have any questions, or maybe you're a farm and you need a little bit of help, need a little bit of guidance, feel free to email me. I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. So have a great day. Be kind out there. Peace.